How to Create a Glitch Monologues Season 11 Chapter 6. This is Season 11 of How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix Monologues Episode 6. In this episode we will be discussing one subject, namely, thinking six-dimensionally. As an introduction, I attempted over and over again to use the 6-unit primordial class to predict some quality of the 24 subatomic particles predicted by supersymmetry, until I realized that I don't have to. Those particles originate in 3-dimensional space. The new paradigm predicts 6 dimensions, which means those 24 particles need only be predicted in some fashion as emergent phenomenon of the octahedral 6-dimensional space. It is enough to say that there are 24 rotational symmetries in an octahedron. It is enough to link the barest of phenomenon to the emergence of 24 3-dimensional fields. Because although there are 24 3-dimensional particles predicted by supersymmetry, supersymmetry is constructed out of 3 dimensions. Perhaps in 6-dimensional space there are no particles. Perhaps in 6-dimensional space, all is octahedral. Imagine for a second that television you are watching, which appears to be a 3-dimensional object, possesses 6 dimensions, and in fact, in 3 of those dimensions, which are dimensions of time, it is being watched by you, your partner, your neighbors, and an infinitude of other seemingly not present watchers. I can tell you what it is to see in 6 dimensions. Imagine that woman on the bus who moved her head to the right quietly, in fact spoke, and begged for your help, in desperation, surviving on that tiny government pension. Or perhaps that old man who was in front of you at the grocery store and seemed to comment on your thoughts before walking out of the store. Imagine that those neighbors who happened to run into each other outside their front yards fell into an intimate embrace in broad daylight, collapsing on the lawn in ecstasy, before waving goodbye as they passed by. Folds in time tell us that we have 6 vertices, 3 spatial, 3 temporal, which enable us to be here, here again, and again, all without leaving the comfort of our living room. Imagine what we must get up to in the shadow of this second, before the next, and after. Imagine a world where conscience and morality must be tuned to a different frequency. Perhaps we were never meant to perceive 6 dimensions, or perhaps some of us already do, forced into a uniformity where only a proportion are aware of our dimensional extent. Imagine finding out that the woman you are in love with is but a shadow of the person she actually is, her consciousness expanding into 6 dimensions while you exist trapped in 3. It is a sobering thought to realize that you alone perceive the world in such a limiting fashion, forever trapped in your own simplicity. But, and I mean this genuinely, perhaps 3 dimensions is safer than 6, unburdened by the stress of a universe beyond what you can conceive. I mean, for those who live in a dualistic world of good and evil, isn't their world comforting to them? Isn't it comforting to other the different and strange? That's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.